All right, so I made the Bratz Pretty and Punk Doll commercial analysis video, and the question is, well, how did I make it? So the first thing I need to show you is actually here on the screen. In Google Chrome, if you just search for ScreenCastify, you will find ScreenCastify, the screen recorder for Chrome. And when you click on it, it'll ask you if you want to install it right here, and I've already installed it, so that's why it shows it. Now, if you're looking very closely right there, ScreenCastify Screen Recorder is an add-on for that. So that's the first thing that you need to do because that's the program that you're going to use to record. So the second thing I did was I went and researched what I could find was maybe the worst commercial I could find for kids, which was the Bratz Pretty and Punk Doll. So I have that open in this tab. So you got to have a commercial and you have to download ScreenCastify. The third thing that I did then is I just took PowerPoint and I put together some slides where I knew what I wanted to talk about, and I actually used the rubric for the performance-based task to do it. And I put together this PowerPoint slide and just had it organized in a way that would go with the things I'd want to say about the Bratz Dolls commercial, but also the types of things that you would have to say about the commercial that you chose. So one of the students asked, like, well, how did you do this? Where I got like the screenshot of the girl's photo. I'll actually show you how to do that now. It's a really easy trick, but if you want to get a screenshot of something, you can just hit on our Lenovo's the print screen button, and as soon as I hit it, an app on the screen, a hypersnap comes up, and you don't want that whole thing. Let's say I only wanted the middle. You just click on the image tab at the top of the screen, click crop, and then you just crop the part that you want. So when I click, and I click again, that's the part that I wanted, and then I hit Control and then C, and then you can just open up PowerPoint, and you hit Control V, and there it is. It is in there. So that is an easy way to put a photograph in what you want. If you want to steal a screenshot and how to crop it. So the first thing was to find a commercial that you wanted to analyze. The second thing was to install ScreenCastify, which I'll make a separate video for that later. And then the third thing was to have a PowerPoint to work from. So with that said, in order to have it lay out the way that it did on the screen, you have to select down here at the bottom of the screen, Reading View. And when you click it, it makes your PowerPoint presentation look like this. And actually, if I just follow the arrows, that allows me to advance and to go back into the that PowerPoint slide from one to the other. So what I did then is I restored it and I made it smaller. You can resize your window accordingly. And you can do that because when you hover over, you can see that the arrow gets activated. Especially when you get to the corners of things, you can do it at this corner too. So you just resized it so it fit. I did the same thing to my Chrome one. I click to reduce, and actually you can see that that was the size that I used when I actually made the video, but you can reduce the size and enhance the size accordingly. So basically I just made sure that you could see both what I was saying in the PowerPoint slide and there. So the next question was, well, how did you actually make the video? Well, when you make the video, you simply have to click on ScreenCastify. Unfortunately, with the technology we have, I was unable to get the audio to work into the commercial. That's why you can't hear the music, which is fine. I'm not going to require everybody's music to be part of the presentation. You simply have to explain what happened in the commercial anyway. Nonetheless, how do you make the video once you open up ScreenCastify? Well, I click on the ScreenCastify icon in Chrome. It thinks for a second, it'll pop up to this screen, and by default, I think this is turned off. You actually have to turn it on, and you can actually select where you want the box to be. I chose mine to be in the bottom right corner, which is its default setting, so you can see that that's where it is. If you're looking at the microphone here, you'll see that the microphone is active. You might want to turn the microphone down a little bit if you're speaking too loudly. So if I'm speaking very loudly and it gets into the red, it's not going to work terribly well. And in fact, you'll have problems with your audio. So make sure that the microphone is turned down a little bit. Nonetheless, as soon as you get to this point and you click record, it asks you, what do you want to record? And I want to record my entire screen. So I pick it. And once I pick it, I have to hit share, and when I hit share, and you can see my videographer, Miss R is right here.
Hi.
As soon as I hit share, it's going to count down, and then as soon as it hits 0, you also notice, I don't know if you notice up here, the webcam has been activated. That tells you that it's on. Nonetheless, when I get back to this and I hit share, 3, 2, 1. And when it counts down, it's telling you that it's recording. And so you'll talk and you'll record and you'll say what you have to say over this. But down here it says to stop sharing. If you want to stop the sharing and you want to quit the video, you hit stop sharing. So I'm going to click it. And it starts to think. Down, it's telling you that. And I'm pointing this out too because notice how quickly the new video appeared in Chrome. When you make a longer video, like the one that I made was like over 8 minutes, it'll come out to be, it'll take a minute for that thing to create. But because it was such a short video, the video came up right away. And actually, it automatically plays it so you can preview it. So I'll literally play what was just part of our video. And so you'll talk and you'll record and you'll say what you have to say over this. But down here it says to stop sharing. If you want to stop the sharing and you want to quit the video, you hit stop sharing. So I'm going to click it. And when so there you see, that's exactly how you would make your videos. You have your talking points in the right-hand screen under PowerPoint. You have your video in the left-hand screen, and you play it as needed, and you toggle to where you want to toggle it to, and then you just make sure you talk about all of the elements at the same time. Most of the settings on our Lenovo's are correct, so we should probably be able to do this in a quick fashion. But that is how you actually make a ScreenCastify tutorial, and that's how I made that one. And I feel like this was a pretty easy way to follow along. So that is how I made it.